How's it going, Rogues Gallery, and welcome to another Gundam Card Game video here on Red Zone Rogue. Today we have another Gundam Card Game deck tech for you, featuring one of the most requested decks of Gundam Card Game Set 3, a deck that I am calling Big Bang Burn MAFTY. That's right, we have a red and blue splash, so primarily red, blue splash MAFTY deck featuring a ton of direct damage and removal. The deck is incredibly fun to play and right up my alley. In fact, this deck won a event in Japan, so I didn't brew this deck by myself. I actually got inspiration from a winning deck in Japan, and I've made like a couple tweaks here or there. It's mostly the same deck, but I really want to talk about it today. It's a lot of fun, uses a bunch of MAFTY cards. In fact, like the core of the deck is actually MAFTY. We just have a tiny little blue splash. We're not running Amuro Ray, don't worry about that. The blue splash is my kind of blue splash. So if you like the decks that I like, or know the kind of decks that I like at least, you can kind of guess at where we're going with this. We will have a deck list, as always, in the description down below. But of course, stick around and hear all of the reasons why the cards are in the deck. When you first look at the deck, you might be like, how do you even survive? But we'll talk about that. We will talk about that. So before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It basically helps tell YouTube that, hey, you like the videos and that YouTube should promote it more. So it helps actually push the Gundam Card Game content to more folks. And I personally really appreciate it. So thank you all for your support. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into our top down and talk about Big Bang Burn MAFTY. Let's do it. And before we get started, a word from today's sponsor. It's me again, as usual. If you would like to support the channel and get some excellent merch, go ahead and check out redzonerogue.com for playmats such as this. Mecha-themed playmats featuring our own original characters, done by mecha artist Pinakas, who is currently working on like a light novel, but he's done TCG art for like Azure Lane and Arknights and a ton of stuff. He's awesome. We have this one, our Codename Villain playmat, though I actually think this one might have sold out today. And then we also have our Katsumi Mech Pilot, which is our first one, as well as our Vea Fleet Commander playmat. Like I said, this one might have sold out, but if it did, which I should have probably checked before starting to record this video, but let me know if you'd like to see more reprints. I've reprinted this thing many times already, and I'm happy to do it if people continue to want it. So yeah, check that out over on redzonerogue.com. Let's go ahead and talk about our deck. I have it in this Azure Lane, deck box. Oh, the sleeves have also all sold out. People ask about the sleeves a lot. I hope to get them reprinted very soon, actually. I have an affiliate with Dragon Shield. Affiliate code down below for Dragon Shield 2. Rogue 5 gets you 5% off your Dragon Shield order, but on dragonshield.com. So if you wanted these sleeves, for example, so these are the Dragon Shield gold inside and like this red outside. I think this is like pomegranate and gold or something like that. I don't remember exactly the color. Go check that out on dragonshield.com if you want to buy these sleeves instead of like one of our custom Red Zone Rogue sleeves. So anyway, so enough yapping, enough shilling. Let's get on with the deck. So as always, I like to talk about my choice in an accoutrement for the deck, because I don't know, I think this is an important part about building a deck, is like tricking it out. How do you make the deck look cool? So I'm using this Kasi Gundam EX resource that you would get by going to see the Hathaway 2 movie in Japan. This was actually given to me by a friend. I don't know if he wants me to say who it is. He's someone who works on a different card game, but he's super cool, and he gifted this to me. And because he saw the movie in Japan. So we have our EX resource as the Kasi Gundam. We have our EX base as the Kasi Gundam, my bad. And then the EX resource is one of our own custom Red Zone Rogue EX resources. This one obviously is the villain one. I do still have these in stock on the merch store, redzonerogue.com. And then our actual resources are a full 10 set of the Hathaway resource. I bought this one myself from eBay, if you were wondering. eBay is a great place to get non-English resources for the Gundam card game. Well, it's a great place to get just anything for the Gundam card game, but the getting the imported resources is a lot easier from there, and usually a lot cheaper than the English ones. And these are legal in US play, so that's great. I'm not sure about the EX resource token. I've heard conflicting things, but I know the other language ones for the EX base, EX resource, and these are all legal. Anyway, enough of that. We're already several minutes in. Let's start talking about the Big Bang MAFTY Burn deck. And as you can see here, just fanning through it, it's mostly red. We're only running 5 blue cards, like 5 individual blue cards, and everything else is red. And usually what I do is I like to sort this by pilot piles, but for this one, I'm just going to talk about, I guess we'll do pilot piles. So here's the big twist. It's not really a twist, but here's the big thing with the deck. We are running a Marita Cruz package. So our 2 pilots of choice are Marita Cruz, literally my favorite pilot in the Gundam card game. So that was an easy way to get me to try the deck out. And then obviously we're running Hathaway Noah, which is the MAFTY pilot of choice for the other pilot. So we have Hathaway and we have Marita, and we'll set the rest of the deck over to the side. We have a lot of command cards in this deck, just so you know. But I think it's important to talk about the pilots and the units. This is the lowest unit count deck that I've played in a while. I think there's only like 24 units in the deck, and because of that, we are, or rather I guess, to complement that, we have a crap load of burn and removal, and most of our units also are burn, and most of our pilots, or at least half of our pilots, are burn, and the other one also helps with removal. So that's kind of the conceit of the deck. There's so much removal, so much burn in this deck. It is a very hostile deck. We don't attack all that often, but we will kill our opponent's stuff. We have a ton of burst as well, and I don't know, the numbers just work really well. So we have our Hathaway and our Marita Cruz. So what I'm going to do is we'll talk about the pilots, and then I guess what we'll do is we'll talk about some of the mobile suits that that go with the pilots and kind of how they work with the deck. We have a couple generically good mobile suits and units, but for the most part, we have Hathaway pile, and then we have our Marita Cruz pile. So let's talk about Hathaway first, because, you know, that's the big namesake of the deck. He's the, spoilers, leader of MAFTY. You should go watch the first Hathaway movie. But anyway, so this is a level 4 1-cost 2/1 pilot, decent stat lines, burst add to hand, and then when you pair it, if this is a MAFTY unit, choose one of our other MAFTY units, or I guess we could choose our own unit, so just choose any MAFTY unit. During this turn, it may choose a damaged active enemy unit as its attack target. So this is, you know, kind of like a way that we can attack, well, it's actually a way we can attack active enemy units, but they have to be damaged, and we have to put this on a MAFTY unit, and this also has to target a MAFTY unit. So we have to run a lot of MAFTY units for this to actually work. We are running a lot of MAFTY units, so this is just a way for us to just directly attack into something. Hathaway is also a MAFTY new type. Being a new type is actually relevant for the Kshatriya, when we'll talk about the Kshatriya, in case you don't know about the Kshatriya. So that's Hathaway. Let's talk about the units that go with Hathaway. So we have our big starter deck LR Xi Gundam. This is the level 9 8-cost 5/5 that has a cost reduction for every unit your opponent has, as long as we have no level 6 or higher units that are in play on our side. So it just says, if you meet that condition, if we have no level 6 or higher units in play, this card in our hand gets -1 level and -1 cost for each enemy unit in play. So I found a really good sweet spot for this is if our opponent is rocking like 3 to 4 units, right? So this will get a level and cost reduction of 4, making this a level 5 4 cost. So a level 5 4 cost 5/5 is actually not bad. It's pretty solid. And then when we have the added effect, when paired, you choose an enemy unit with the highest level and deal 3 damage to it. So just blast your opponent's highest level thing for 3 damage. We have a lot of ways to deal 3 damage in this deck, and it's quite good. A lot of the time 3 damage just outright kills something, or this plus something else will help you take something out. Obviously this is a MAFTY unit, and obviously it links with Hathaway Noah, but yeah, this is a pretty good one. We're running 3 copies of this card, I found that generally against the meta right now, it's pretty good. Our opponents, I play against a lot of decks that just spam dudes out. You know, like the blue-purple aggro. There's still some like, you know, blue-green aggressive decks out there that combine like Amuro Ray and Lock-On and Dynamis. So I think this is pretty solid. You can play this a lot earlier than you think. So we have this one, this Sea Gundam, and then we're also running the rare from the booster set. This is a level 5 4-cost 4/4. Which once again, if you can make this a level 5 4-cost 5/5, that's like above rate. So yeah, level 5 4-cost 4/4. When we link it, deal 1 damage to all enemy units. Really, really good. And it links with Hathaway Noah and its MAFTY. We're running 2 copies of the board ping Sea Gundam. We also have the one from the starter deck. So there's another one from the starter deck. There's a common one. Level 5 4-cost 4/4. Similar stats. Well, the same stats. And this one's more generically useful because it just says on deploy, choose an enemy unit and deal 1 damage to it. So it's an unconditional ping to whatever we want on deploy. And it's a decent body. And it links with Hathaway Noah. So once again, we have more Sea Gundams. And those are all the Hathaway links. But we do have the Messer Type F2 Mine Layer. What's great about this one is it has Resol stats, so level 3 2-cost 4/3. But what's important is that it is MAFTY. So we can choose this as a target for Hathaway's pair effect. So if we, I don't know, say we play this on turn 3, or play this on turn 4 or something, and then the following turn we drop one of our Sea Gundams, and then we link it with Hathaway, then we can choose this one to smash into something as well. So, I don't know, it's good. It's just a solid unit and goes very well in this particular deck. So that's kind of like our MAFTY core. Once again, we're not running a ton of units in the deck. I think, like I said, there's only like 24. So this actually takes up a decent chunk of the deck. And then we have Marita Cruz. Like I said, my favorite pilot in the game. Level 4 1-cost, burst add to hand, 2/1. She's Neo Zeon and Cyber New type. And then during link on attack, we can choose an enemy unit whose level is equal to or lower than this unit and deal 1 damage to it. So she has repeatable damage on link. She's extremely, extremely good. And then we have her 2 signature suits for the Gundam card game. We have both the Banshee and my favorite unit in the game, the Kshatriya. So let's talk about the Kshatriya first, because it kind of fits into a lot of the themes of this deck. It's a level 5 4-cost 5/4. It's linked with Marita Cruz and it's Neo Zeon. And if you pair it with a Cyber New type or New type pilot, so that you can actually get this effect off of Hathaway, choose 1 to 2 enemy units and deal 1 damage to each of them, which is fantastic. So both of our pilots trigger that effect. Obviously, it's best used with Marita, making this a 7/5 that gets the double ping and then the ping on attack with Marita, which is just it's just so good. It's just so good. And then of course we have one of our big finishers, the Unicorn Gundam Banshee Destroy Mode. Level 6 4-cost 5/4. Once again, links with Marita Cruz. And then during link on attack, choose 12 cards from your trash. You have to do exactly 12 cards. Return them to the bottom of your deck, and then you shuffle. If you do, set this unit as active, and it gains first strike. So basically, this is a double attacker if we have 12 cards in our trash to shuffle back in, which is pretty easy with this deck because we have a lot of commands. We're going to be like playing stuff turn after turn and trading aggressively. And this is just a great way to finish the game. We get a double attack. It's also a great, board control card because this will be attacking with Link as a 7/5 with first strike. So this just kills almost anything indiscriminately. And you also have the ping from Marita when we attack. So this actually can kill like 8 health stuff very, very easily. You attack, ping the thing. This does the 7 damage to it first strike. It also wakes up from its effect if you do the 12 cards, and then you can do it again. Very good. It's very, very good. So this is one of our big finishers. Let's talk about the other units in the deck. So we have 2 other units that are just generically good. So here we have the Jiquux Omega Saikamu from set 3. This is the LR version from set 3. This one's really good. It's slow if you're not running Nian or Machu, but it's just generically powerful. It's a level 8 7-cost 6/5. And it just has suppression, so just has it. And then also, when you deploy it, you choose an enemy unit and deal 3 damage to it. So you have an unconditional 3 damage, and you have a suppression unit. So this is another way to finish out the game. Another card that kind of does double damage for the most part. And yeah, it's just super efficient. 3 damage, suppression, good stuff. We're running 2 copies of it. Like I said, it's pretty slow. Like, you play it, does 3 damage, and just kind of sits around and does nothing until the next turn. Hopefully you can press some damage and press for the win. A turn where you have both the Unicorn and the G-Quux is just nuts. I've had a couple games where I played where the finishing turn was play this, kill a thing, they do some stuff, and then on my turn, I can smash their shields, crunch 2 with this, and then double attack for the win with the Unicorn. Keep in mind that suppression, if they have 1 shield left and you kill it, it doesn't kill them. It just gets rid of 1 shield. You still have to do the last point of damage. So, you know, sequence things properly. That's really important. But this is a great card. I see a lot of red decks running this. And then finally, we have Sayla's Light Type Gun Cannon. This one's a really good card in the current meta. So this is a level 4 2 cost 3/4. On deploy, choose an enemy unit token and you deal 2 damage to it. This is a Corsica base Tall Geese killer because that is a 4/2. And you drop this, you have a nice body here with 3/4, and you get to kill one of their tokens. Also, it's really good against some other tokens. There's like the 3/2 G-Quux token. This is quite good. This is a card you could bump up to more copies if you see a lot of token generators in your personal meta. So this is a meta call here. I think the original version of this deck actually ran less of the LR Kasi Gundam and they ran more of these. I like the Kasi Gundam because I see a lot more go wide unit aggro that aren't using tokens. But if you see a lot of tokens, this thing is very, very good. And that's the units. We actually don't have very many units in the deck, like I said. The rest of the deck is like pure burn and card draw. That's it. That's all we're doing. So out of just cards that do burn damage, just here, we have just individual cards, not counting the number quantities. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 just out here, plus more. It's wild. And the ones that don't do burn, oh wait, I didn't count the... Did I count the gun cannon? We have more. We have more. It's just conditional. Like, the only ones that don't do are just extremely efficient or help us attack into stuff or win the game. Yeah, pretty good. All right, so the rest of the deck is just burn. It's just burn and card draw. So we'll show you the other blue card for the splash. We have a Show of Resolve. We're running 2 copies of Show of Resolve just to draw 2 cards. Our deck kind of burns through stuff pretty quickly. Like, we churn through the deck pretty quickly because we're just playing a lot of commands. So having 2 copies of Show of Resolve is fantastic. And that's the whole reason we're running blue. We have Unicorn Gundam and Show of Resolve. Great. Literally some of my favorite cards in the Gundam card game. Now let's talk about all of the rest of the cards, and it's just the standard burn cards that you would expect. So we are running Improved Technique. So there's a new one from Gundam Set 3. This one says it's a level 3/3 cost. Burst, you activate its main effect, and you can activate it on main or action. You choose an enemy unit that's level 4 or lower, which is a lot of them, and you deal 3 damage to it. If you have 2 or more cards with Improved Technique in your trash, then you can just choose any enemy unit and deal 3 damage to it. It's fantastic. It's just a level 3/3 cost, deal 3 damage. It's super good. It kills really annoying stuff like Rick Diaz. There's a lot of just random 3 health stuff, and once again, it pairs really nicely with all of the ping damage to deal the extra 3. So it's very good. So we're running a full 4 of these. I only have 1 of the alternate arts, but I still gotta put it in the deck. And then we're running Battle of Aces. Staple card in my opinion, ever set 1. It does 3 damage, but conditional. So it's a level 3 2 cost. Command, burst, you deal 2 damage on burst. And then main action, choose a damage enemy unit and deal 3 damage to it. So combined with any of our other ping here, it helps us deal even more damage. And of course we're running a full 4 of Battle of Aces. And then we're also running Close Combat, what might be my favorite command card in the game. Super simple, level 2 2 cost, burst, do its main effect, and then on main or action, you can choose an enemy unit and deal 2 damage to it. Super simple, efficient, we got it. Just deal 2 damage. And then the final card in the deck is a base that deals damage. We have Ralula, level 3 2 cost, 0/5 based. On burst, you deploy it. On deploy, add a shield to hand, and then choose an enemy unit level 5 or with 5 or less AP, and you deal 1 damage to it. We're running 4 copies of this, and yeah, that's the deck. We have so much burn and like ping damage. Like I said, almost every card in the deck does some sort of damage or acts as some sort of removal, with the exception of like you know, Show Resolve and the Messer Type 2. Everything else is like, is just really sweet. This deck is a lot of fun. I like this variation of like the big red burn deck. I like incorporating MAFTY and the Kasi Gundam. In the future, I'd like to do a more like MAFTY centric deck and just do like all MAFTY, but currently speaking, I think this is the best MAFTY core right now. If you want to play MAFTY and you want to do well, I think this is where you should start. You can tweak some things here or there. Like I said, maybe add in more of the Sayla's gun cannon, tweak some of the stuff, maybe take out a unicorn or something. I think the 3 unicorns in here are really important just because we need it as a finisher, right? It's our top end finisher next to the G-Quax Omega Psychomu, but the big difference is that this one attacks immediately, right? We play it, we link it, we get the double attack, this ends the game. This is like slow, it's really slow, because you play it, you shoot something for 3, and then you gotta wait a whole turn. And maybe it lives, maybe it doesn't, you gotta see. And yeah, the other important thing to note is that we have a ton of burst in the deck as well. Like literally all these cards here have burst. It's a giant chunk of cards. I think it's like almost half the deck. I think it's 24, right? Yeah, the 24 cards here have burst. So we have a very high chance to hit burst as well. So when our opponent is dealing damage to us and aggroing us down, we get a lot of burst. Hitting any of these burst here, like the base or any of these 12 burn cards is so good. Just stops your opponents in their tracks, right? 8 of them deal 2 damage, 4 of them deal 3 damage on burst, and then you know, we hope to follow up and curve into a Mine Layer or a Messer Type 2, and then curve that into Kasi Gundam and beyond. Obviously, the best turn 5 play is Marita with the Kshatriya, but yeah, you can just kind of go from there. It's a really fun deck. I highly recommend trying it out. It's pretty solid into the current meta because we have so much removal, man. Our opponent dropping their 3/2 Barbatos and then just blasting at the end of turn with close combat, ooh, is very nice. It is very, very nice. So I recommend trying it out. It does have a semi-high rolling nature just because we're not running any level 2 or 1 units. It's just all burn all the time. This is what we want to do with our first couple turns. Just keep killing their stuff until we can just drop 4/4 after 4/4, 5/4, just drop a bunch of big chunguses and win the game through just like all of this right here. So let me know what you think of the deck. Have you been testing and playing with a deck similar to this? I really like it. Like I said, I really like it. I think this is become my second favorite red blue deck after my own personal new type red-blue deck. So this one's great, and it's also like a little bit more affordable, right? We're not running Amuro. The only expensive card in here is the Kshatriya. The last time I looked up prices, like Unicorn Gundam, the Banshee was like $1.50 or something. And prices might have gone up since then. Oh, the G-Quax is also up there too. So we have these two. But yeah, let me know what you think. It's a cool deck. And thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what deck you'd like to see next. I'm thinking Zaft, but it's a lot of red decks in a row. So maybe we go purple. Maybe we do Vegan. I have a Vegan deck that's no LRs at all. It's like the cheapest deck to play. It's super cool though. I call it the Rihanna Magro deck, the Vegan Rihanna Magro. It's cool. So let me know. Zaft, Vegan. I can show you what I'm doing with Gundam X right now, but it's like, I don't know. Let me know. Maybe there's something else. Maybe you want to see my age deck or something. Either way, I appreciate you for being here, watching the card game content, liking, commenting, subscribing. It all means so much. And yeah, we'll see you next time for some more Gundam Card Game content. See you later, everyone.